Good morning. My name is Olivia Robertson. I'm from Lighthouse Yoga. It's my mission to be devoted to empowering women to reclaim their sense of inner strength, peace, and wholeness through yoga, self-care, and embodiment practices. In today's video, we're going to talk about rolling out your feet using a tennis ball. All you need is a tennis ball and maybe a sock. So to get started, take a hold of your tennis ball, and for those of us who might have a little bit of balance issues, I really recommend that you stand either near a wall or near just something sturdy that you can hold on to. This might go without saying, but make sure the thing that you're holding on to isn't a rolling chair or something that is floppy like a pillow that could fall. This is going to be your stability. So for my balance people, please make sure that you're on a stable surface, okay? And grab a hold of your tennis ball. Let's get started. So I'm going to take it and put it underneath my feet at different points. And the reason why we're doing this is to really roll out the feet like a massage, but also to help with our balance, to prevent plantar fasciitis, and to lift the arches of the feet. Okay. And just a quick note, some clients that I work with rolling out the feet are really a broad spectrum. So I've worked with competitive rhythmic gymnasts or dancers, ballet dancers who might have previous foot injuries. It's really good for them to roll it out. So younger folks, and then also older people with more collapsed arches, as well as maybe middle-aged people with plantar fasciitis. So there's really a ton of different people that can benefit from this. I love it as well for rolling out my feet and keeping them pain-free. So we're going to be placing the tennis ball under different spots in the foot, starting with the heel of the foot. So you might want to take kind of a wide stance here and take the tennis ball, place it underneath your right foot. And sometimes I teach to have the feet parallel, but I kind of realized lately that it helps a lot more to feel more steady when your feet are a little bit further apart and not necessarily in line with each other. So try that out, see how it feels. Place the tennis ball underneath your right heel of your foot, right in the center. Take a hold of your steady surface if you're feeling unbalanced, and start to press your weight more and more into that right heel of the foot. You can breathe out as you press in, breathe in as you ease off. Kind of flowing with it, in and out. If it feels good, you might stay for a few breaths, pressing more and more into the right foot. Again, remember, hold on to something if you're feeling unsteady. Good. Back up. And let's move on to the next point. So the next point of our foot is going to be right between the heel of the foot and the arch. So we're not quite at the arch, but just kind of at that in-between point. Widen your stance, put your ball in place. And something really important here too is to make sure that you're still stacking with your joints. And what I mean by that is you always want your ankle to be underneath your knee, underneath your hip, okay? And if you notice that you might be collapsing, say, the inner side of your foot towards the ground, you want to correct that. Really focus on pressing evenly through all four corners of the foot as you press in. Breathing in, backing up. Breathing out as you press in. Maybe taking a few breaths here with your weight more in this spot. And if this is too intense, you might not be leaning quite so hard. So just meet yourself where you are. Good. Now we'll move on to the arch of the foot. So this is the most sensational spot. It can be really intense. So you might not need to be pressing quite so hard. You might be a little bit lighter here. It's a really tender point of the foot. Keep breathing. Good. Notice if you're collapsing through the ankle or through the outer edge of the foot. Correct yourself. And you can see I'm kind of rolling here. Good. And now we're going to move to the ball of the foot. Place your tennis ball right under the ball. And this is the spot where, this is where I said you might want to use a sock. For some people, when they put the ball of the tennis ball under the ball of their foot, it keeps like slipping out and it's kind of tough. So when that happens, I suggest that people take their tennis ball, just throw it in a sock. And that kind of keeps it from slipping. Okay. So again, wide stance, hold of our stability if we need it, and we're kind of fluctuating in and out with the breath. Breathing in as we back off, breathing out as we press in. Good. Maybe rolling a little from side to side here. Massaging out, just giving the foot some love. Does so much to support us. Good. And back up. And the last spot we're going to do is the toes. So this one's a little bit trickier and another spot where the ball tends to run away. So again, you can use your sock, keep yourself nice and keep your ball kind of grounded. And you're going to do your best to place the entire ball of the foot on the ground and just wrap your toes around the tennis ball. Just meet yourself where you are. You might be like, I can't do that right now. So if so, just do what you can. Starting to lean in, spreading the toes around the ball, and lean back, kind of just flowing in and out with it. Really feeling those toes spreading around the ball. Good. And then at the end, you can take your ball out of your sock and just free flow, rolling out the feet, just wherever it feels good. It's kind of intuitive movements here. Might feel some knots or some stuck areas that want extra attention. See what feels good. Rolling out until you feel complete. And then let's take a moment to stand up straight in mountain pose. Ankles under knees, under hips, under shoulders, head looking straight ahead with a relaxed gaze, or maybe you close your eyes. Notice how your right foot feels and your left foot. Do they feel different? Do you notice the right arch slightly lifted? Maybe you don't notice any difference. Whatever it is, just welcoming those sensations. And we'll move on to the opposite foot. So with our left foot, starting underneath the heel. Widen your stance, make yourself nice and steady. Hold on to maybe a table or the wall if you need it. And press into the the heel. Right in the middle of the heel, pressing down with as much weight as feels comfortable. And we'll take it to that next point, which is going to be right in between the heel and the arch. So right about here. Widen your stance. Hold on to your stability. And lean into that point. Maybe you lean in and you stay there, just breathing with the sensations. Good. Beautiful. Back off, and let's move to that most tender point of the foot, which is going to be the arch, okay? Widen out, press into the arch. And for some of us, this might be a little painful if your feet are really tight. So just be gentle with yourself. You don't want to be causing yourself pain, but it is normal to have some intense sensation. As long as you're able to breathe through it, you're good. If you're starting to feel like this is just really painful, I want you to back off and go to just that edge point where it's a little uncomfortable, but it's not super painful. I'm not trying to make you be in pain here. Okay. You can see I'm rolling out, kind of getting through that whole arch of the foot. Good. Nice. All right. And next we're going to do the ball of the foot. And again, I'll model using the sock because oftentimes it does want to run away. So throw it in your sock. Place it down. Heel in the ground and press into the ball. Hold on to your stability if you're feeling like you're going to lose your balance. Really nice. Let it feel like a massage here. You can see my balls running away a little, so good thing it's in its sock. And massaging, rolling out left and right the whole ball of the foot. Feels like a massage. And we'll move on to our last point. So we're going to do our best to ground the entire ball of the foot on the ground and then just wrap those toes around your tennis ball. Ground your back foot, press in, and back off. Beautiful. And now we're done. We're just going to do one more quick freestyle with our left foot, just massaging and rolling out whatever feels good on this side. Listening to the foot's messages. Maybe it's saying wants a little attention at the ball of the foot or maybe the arch. Good. When you feel complete, throw your ball to the side. Put both feet about hips width distance apart and stand in Tadasana. Let your eyes be soft or possibly closed. And just feel the bottoms of your feet, your heels, your toes, all four corners. Notice those arches lifting up. Might even feel a little kind of a buzzing sensation. This is another good spot to practice your forward fold. And notice how you're able to fold a little bit more now that your feet are more opened. Because the fascia in the bottoms of the feet is actually connected to this whole line of the back body. So when we open up the bottoms of the feet, we're actually opening up the whole back body. So you might practice the forward fold here. Notice any differences that you feel. And you're done. Namaste. Thank you for practicing.